Good morning, my friends. So yesterday, a personal friend of mine reached out who is Australian, and he reached out in reference to my Australia video and said, Phil, first off, the word informationally is not an actual word. So right off the bat, you can see that he's being a little condescending. And then he went on to say that your video about Australia is completely false. Call me if you need help. So talk about Gaslight Central. I call it Gaslight Central. But I'm thoroughly trained in this department. I've dealt with a lot of people, death threats, you name it. So I have thick skin, and I also have a very open heart. So I sat with it for a few minutes, and I decided to respond out of respect to them. They're my friend. And I said to them, the word informationally is an actual word. Look it up in the dictionary. Winky, right? Like, of course I'm going to say that because it's true. Informationally is a word, honey. Okay? I'm just being playful. And then I went on to say, if you read the comments under my Australia video, you will see that the majority agrees, including your own people. And then I said, I'm sure that your perspective is 100% valid, but it is equally important to acknowledge and hear and see people who don't feel heard and seen. And I said, the next time you message me, I would appreciate if you could message me with a little more kindness. Take good care of yourself. And surprisingly, he responded very nicely. I think it's because I was being honest. I wasn't blaming him. I was stating fact. And I still honored myself enough to be firm with my boundary, which is please speak to me with more kindness. The point of my story, my friends, is that the agents are out. They are out in droves. Okay. What are the agents? Well, number one, we are all equal. We are all souls. So no one is more superior to anyone else. We are all the same. So I'm using this more metaphorically. The agents are people who are under deep mind control, under heavy programming, people who tune into mainstream media and believe everything that they see, everything that they watch. So you can't exactly fault them because they're just following the narrative. They buy into everything that they're fed. The agents can be people like your brother, your sister, your mom, your dad, your cousins, your aunts, anyone in the world that you know who is under the influence of mainstream media. So they start to have that malware, which is the lies, installed in them. Think of them as little snakes. They're like little snakes that are nesting in their energy field. And these snakes want to go out and infect everyone else. Okay? These people are so desensitized and so hypnotized by mainstream media that they are coming for you. Why? Because you have found your voice. Why? Because you might speak a truth that they don't want to hear because it poses a threat to everything they believe in. It poses a threat to what they would need to release, and they don't want to release it. They don't want to release their stories. They don't want to release their traumas. Remember, people always defend themselves when something is threatening what they don't want to look at. We are here on this planet to realize that we cannot change others. We cannot fix others. It is about relinquishing control and doing the internal work, which is to look at our traumas, to heal our traumas, and to feel our traumas. So the agents are people who don't want to do that. They are so unconscious. They are so oblivious to what's actually and factually going on that they will come for you. They will try to gaslight you. They will make you think that you're going cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. Now, the key is to have compassion. The key is to recognize the soul that has been obscured by mainstream media. Okay? Everyone is a soul. So remember to always drop into your heart and to speak from the center. If you're not ready to speak from the center, take a nice deep breath, take a break, and get back to them when you can, or don't. That's going to depend on whether or not you can address them with love and compassion. Okay? But the agents are out. People in your own life are going to try to censor you when you speak up about what's going on, because it threatens the agendas, and they've become minions to those agendas. They've drank the Kool-Aid. All right? So remember to separate the soul from the programming. Don't get reactive, because the second you get reactive, you just took the bait. That little snake, that little serpent that is influencing them has now just transferred into you. It has infected you, and now you're going to go out because you're pissed off now, and you're going to go infect other people. That's how it works, my friends. This force wants to separate us. All right? But if you speak with compassion and love while still being firm, then you're going to shut them up, because your light is so bright. There are forces on this planet right now working through people, working through agents who drank the Kool-Aid, who want to dim your light, who want to stop you from spreading truth. But remember that you are powerful. You came here to do this, to carry out this mission of sharing your own perspective, of sharing facts, okay? Don't let people get to you, and remember to separate the soul from the programming. When people come for you, when people attack you, that is not their soul. I repeat that. When people attack you, that is not their soul. That is the deep programming that they've accepted as their own through mainstream media, through the groupthink they belong to. When people rally up against you, that is not a soul. Those are agents who want to prevent you from spreading this information. So be strong. We've got this. Do not blame or fault the agents. Okay? But remember, propaganda is real. Okay? When they disseminate all of this misinformation, they are creating worker bees. Your mom, your dad, your cousins, they are creating worker bees who will go out and do their bidding for them, do their dirty laundry for them. All they do is broadcast the news. And then all the unconscious humans that have their heads buried in the sand will try to attack you, because they become a slave to the programming. They don't realize they're getting sick by believing everything they're told, but they are. Your job isn't to try to save them. Your job is to be yourself, to stay in your empowerment, and to not get reactive. I love you. So